Good evening, everybody. This is the late night show Encounters with CmdrAleon, and we're here tonight with you. We're excited to be here, as always, with our regular show, and welcome to the show. If you've been wondering where my last two recorded shows are, I had to message TikTok on their helpline because their replay option is not downloading my past shows, the last two, properly. So we're hoping that TikTok will look at their live replay thing and correct that. So if you're looking on YouTube for my last two shows, I've not been able to download them, and so I had to message TikTok on their troubleshooting page, and we're hoping to get that fixed so you can go on my YouTube channel, which is Astro Command Spaceship News, where I've been posting the show. Good to have you with us, Deborah. Everybody coming in, thanks for the gifts starting up here. Deborah sent us some roses. Thank you, Lisa Bailey. Everybody, hello there. Everyone coming in. And Super Mario, good to have you with us. And some people have sent me some really super friends with Fairy, sent me some really cool video from where she is of a light beam going back on a ship. And I'm hoping she's on tonight. She also showed me a video during a bonfire up where she is of a UAP that was hovering and watching from a distance. She recorded it. Angela, good to have you with us. Everybody coming in here. And we have a lot of different backgrounds, and please share your UFO information, your sightings, your visitations, any CE5s you've been doing around the world. If you know what CE5 is, contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. We're just getting started, folks, so it's early. I mean, we're on at 10:30 tonight, or 10:33, so it is kind of early. Kelsey, welcome. We got apple cider going here. And Deanne, welcome to the show. Crossroads Demon. Everyone coming in here. Rosie, this is CmdrAleon. For new people coming in here, I'm CmdrAleon, host of the show on WESU-FM every Sunday morning, 11:30 to 1. This is our show Encounters, our TV show here on TikTok. This is the #1 show on social media that talks about UFOs, people's encounters, C5 that people are doing around the world, contact with extraterrestrial intelligence using Dr. Stephen Greer's app. I'm also the man from Mars. I came out of the closet many years ago, and I've stated very clearly that the planet Mars is where I originate from, but I came here as a starseed, so I certainly was born here. I am human as anyone else, but I am also not from here, if you can understand that. So my origin is Mars, a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. Contrary to what NASA's not telling you or anybody else, I'm giving you information. Also, this is a show for disclosure. So we invite people within different intelligence communities around the world, if they have TikTok, to come forward, whether you have to use an alias, whatever you need to use, to come forward with information on this show that you will not get on CBS or NBC or the BBC or CBC or any other network around the world, so to speak. Big Girl Storm, hello, good to see you. Jenny Brown, good to see you. Meta Girl for Life, we are glad you're here as well. Let's see who else we got here. All the new people coming in here. Claire Perez, good to see you. Good evening. Tinker, welcome to the show, Tinker. I hope you're doing well. I thank you for coming on and letting us help you. Natalie, welcome to the show, Friends with Fairies. Good to see you. I looked at your video footage and your photos. They were excellent. Very, very good, and I appreciate you sending them to me. And Friends with Fairies has 199 followers, so we need to get her up to 300. If we get her up to 300 on the audio end of it on TikTok, I can bring people on here if you have 300 plus followers, which is something new. I can bring you on. At least you can talk on the show and come on. When you get to 1,000, of course, you'll be able to go live with your own face. But if you're at 300 followers, anybody out there, any stories to tell, we can get you on here right now. Mediator 53, good evening. Good to see you, Mediator. And good to have you with us. Just so you know, TikTok is reminding me a subscription to me is going to end. So whenever you want to renew it, I just want to let you know, TikTok always reminds me of these little things. Mr. B, thank you for the likes. Good to have you here with us, Mr. B. Caroline Cutler 9, thank you, Meriwether, for coming in here. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Star 2112 1512, Lori Guerrero, Albert 15212. Thank you for joining us. This is Encounters. GG Bay, Will, thanks for coming in. Good to see you, Will. Everyone coming in here, all the new people coming in here. This is the show on TikTok you've been hearing about. You've wondered when I'm going to be on. I'm on late nights, usually during the week. It seems to be the schedule I have. Unofficially, between 10:30 and 11, we come on and we do our talk show here on TikTok. And I'm also with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I've been working with the command before there was any internet, systems set up with websites about Ashtar or the Ashtar Command. So I'm the real deal. I've been working with them. I've worked with my dear friend Athena, who's one of the original contactees during the Giant Rock days in the 60s and early 70s, when people would actually go out to Giant Rock. She's had direct interactions with Commander Ashtar and also the others on board the ship. She's always in communications with Ashtar directly for years. She's a world traveler, a dear friend of mine, and we're trying to get her to learn how to do TikTok, and so we can get her on the show here once she learns how. I wish I was in California. I'd get her set up myself. So we're trying to get her on TikTok, and I think you'd all love to hear from her. She's just a beautiful being. She's Venusian. She originally comes from Venus, and if we can get her on here at some point, I'm going to try to do that. She's on Facebook, but she doesn't know how to use the TikTok thing, so we're going to try to technically figure that out for her. Jack, welcome to the show. Thank you for liking live, everybody. Glad to have you with us. Lou, who, welcome. Mary Bridget, welcome to the show. And if you're new to the show, Loretta, I'm also letting you know that TikTok is reminding me that you will be losing your subscription benefits soon. So I'm just throwing it out there. Whenever you want to renew it, let me know. So thank you, Tinker. You're the best too. I'm your reflection of light. And I'm certainly happy to help you out. Writer Boy, Tris Evans. Let's see, Dana Page. All the new people coming in here, welcome. Please share and like. No problem, Loretta. TikTok reminds me to do this, so I just wanted to throw that out there so you know. I don't know why they don't just, TikTok doesn't algorithm send you something and let you know instead of sending me something. But they put it over the screen, so I think I'm the only one who can see it. Dan, good to see you. Welcome, brother. And everybody come. Arrow Flyer, welcome to the show. And good to have everybody here. I know we're going to have some interesting discussions. Dave G., welcome to Encounters. Our UFO Lawrence Abensur, Tony. I'm reading all the names. Jen, welcome to Encounters. All the new people coming in here to the TV show, welcome. We actually like to welcome people into our show. Unlike other TikToks, I don't see a lot of that happening. Here, this is a talk show, so we want to acknowledge people. If I miss you, I don't mean to. Christine B016, welcome to Encounters. Lynn Lightworker, that's a great name. Lynn Lightworker, we like that name. Certainly nice to. We're just amping up now, so we're just acknowledging people here as we get new people coming in here. I look at the names on the screen, so I know people. Please share and like. Tap that button. We want to get to 50,000 shares before 12 midnight tonight, or 12:30 a.m. We'll be on to 12:30 a.m. this morning. So we want to get as many likes and as many shares. And if you're not following us, please press your follow button. We'll follow you back. Damney, thanks for joining us during Encounters. Susie, thank you for sharing our live. Everybody, we have 70 people out here. I'm sure you have 10 other people, 20 other people that might be interested in this talk show. So, I'm an activist. Let's get activated. Press those buttons and share. Like and share. And also, we'll get into things. As we go through the night, we'll have some non-commercial breaks. I call them non-commercial breaks. Jack and something, welcome to the show. Jack and Mr. Gray Lover, thank you for the likes. We appreciate that. And as we go into the show, I'll be asking people to help support what we do here. Johnny Miller, good to see you, brother. We want to have people gift on the show. If you have TikTok, if you understand what TikTok is in terms of the TikTok, pennies or coins or whatever they call those things, those imaginary coins that you accumulate. Well, we're asking people to gift the show. tonight before the end of during the show. You can gift whenever you want to, little gifts. If you can do galaxies or other crazy stuff in those gifting areas, we welcome your gifts. That helps us a lot in the mission work we're doing here. So there's a lot of things that we're using in terms of everything else. Our subscription subscribers, that money's going to go to night vision equipment. So if you subscribe, that money will be going to subscription money eventually when we accumulate enough of it, we're going to get night vision equipment for our Ashtar Command group here in New England so we can share more equipment with more of our group. We usually have about 10 or 15 people in our actual C5 events. We're going to be doing an announcement right now that this weekend, if you're in Connecticut or Rhode Island or Massachusetts, we will be doing this Saturday night in a place called Lyman Orchards in Middlefield, Connecticut. We're going to be doing a C5 here on TikTok on my Encounter show, and we're going to show you whatever we see, unless it's going to rain out. We are planning to do it Saturday night. We were going to do it this weekend, but we thought we were going to hit the hurricane. The hurricane didn't hit us, so we're going to do it for next weekend. Bella Sky, I have been visited many times in my South Shore Boston area. Interesting, Bella. So, Bella, I'm following you. And Bella, I think if you can come on here and turn your camera on, we'd like to have you as our first guest. I always read comments, and that's how I decide who's the guests are going to be once you share. So we're so excited. Let's see here. Bella, you're here. Can you turn your camera on, Bella? You know how to do that? Are you with us, Bella? Don't be shy. You're on the Encounter show. I'm CmdrAleon, the host. I can just barely hear you. Hey, there you are. I can hear you now. Can you turn the camera?
My boyfriend's watching the Patriots game. I'm gonna have to call you back.
Okay, you can. Well, you can just come back online unless he wants to sit here. So we're going to be on here for a while. So I'm following you. Follow me back, and we'll have you back on. Bella will be a guest.
Great.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We're going to have Bella on. She's coming back. Her boyfriend's watching the Patriots game. Well, of course, they're in New England and in Boston. That makes perfectly good sense. So again, this is what I mean. If anyone else would like to be a guest, please in the comments area, tell me a little bit about yourself before I put you on live. I'd like to hear your stories. So when you do type a little message here in the live broadcast, tell me where you are, what story it is that you want to share with us, and then I can bring you on here. If you have 300 followers now on TikTok, I can bring you on audio-wise. If you have 1,000, I can bring you on both audio and also on video, meaning you can actually participate coming on and turn your camera on too. So this is going to be an interesting show tonight. I know it already. Bella will probably be on in a little bit after the Patriots game's over. We'll have her on. We always like to have new guests on our show, and we welcome everybody here. And I've been looking at some more video footage, and I analyze a lot of video as I did today. I'm always looking at new video, and there's a lot of stuff out there, but I have to be careful because some of it, when I look at it, it looks like it could be something. The problem with a lot of footage is, and it's not the fault of anyone videotaping out there in the world, it's the cameras on the phones. Kit Kat, thanks for joining us. Good to have you with us. A lot of the phones, some are super good and zoom in, but when you zoom in on these things, they get kind of blurry. So hopefully the technology will improve so you can zoom in and not get a blurry, kind of a blurry video. Can't get the words out of, of a spaceship or UFO. And there's been so much happening. I shared, there's a video from Mexico. It's a number of years old. It's actually Carlos Diaz. Carlos Diaz was from Mexico. He is from Mexico. Many years ago, he recorded plasma type UFOs. He took pictures of them. He documented them. And plasma UFOs, they're like an orange, gold, and red color. That's what the colors were. So I took one of the old videos he had, and I posted it on Facebook. I'll post it here. It's going to be more of a documented video just to give you an idea of what a plasma spaceship looks like. Not so much anything current. but I think it'll help people and educate people that there are such things as what we call plasma ships. And I'll probably post that tomorrow morning or whatever on here. I don't think I posted it here yet, but I will. And it's a very well documented case from Mexico of these plasma ships, and they're just amazing. Yeah, we're also on YouTube. On YouTube, we're on Ashtar Command Spaceship News plus Encounters. So my encounter shows are put up there. Right now, we're having some problems with TikTok. The place where it downloads your broadcast after the show's over and you save it is not downloading it on my phone so that I can actually share it on YouTube. So I went on to TikTok's troubleshooting area and sent them a message, and I'm hoping a live person in their technical department will look at their live area to fix the problem. Because evidently there are other people here that are having the same problem when they have their shows live. They get downloaded on TikTok, but you can't download them on your phone. So, yeah. Good to have you, Joe, with us. I see different names. Alabama native. All the new people coming in here. We should do Hunt Together. We're going to be doing a C5 Bella in Connecticut this coming weekend, Saturday night, at an apple orchard. I'll be posting more information on TikTok about that. JJC3, hello. Good to see you with us. User 317, welcome to our show. DK, welcome to Encounters. Joe Rogaine, welcome to Encounters. And I'll be letting people know, please message me if you're in Rhode Island, Connecticut, or, Massachusetts. Not too far from Middlefield, Connecticut, probably less than an hour for people. And I'll be going more into that as we go into the evening. I'll certainly message that. I have issues with my live pausing. You should message TikTok to have an area for troubleshooting. Let them know that. My issue is with downloading my recorded shows now. Up until about a day ago, it was perfect. Now it starts to download and it stops. That's something with their technical internal problems with the downloading system. Hey, Illinois, good to have you with us. I appreciate you coming in here, Joe. And let's see. Yeah, it's happening today a lot. So I guess it's not just me. I think other people, I think TikTok, if you message TikTok, let them know there's a problem. I think if everybody does, hopefully their people will fix it, because it's not my phone, it's TikTok. So it's a bummer I can't share these other YouTube. Like tonight, when I record this, and it's being recorded, I want to share it to my YouTube channel, but I'm going to have to wait till TikTok fixes the problem. Real Talk, thank you for sharing the live. Kimberly, welcome to the show. Jay Frisbee, thanks for liking the live. Everybody coming in here, we certainly enjoy you coming in here. So Charles, welcome to the show. I'm just trying to read people's names. Shine a Light, that's a great name. 3 Potato 4, creative name there, 3 Potato 4. Welcome to Encounters. This is the late night #1 UFO talk show in the country, right here on TikTok. I'm also the radio show host. Thanks, Sledge, for sending me those lightning bolts. We love you. Thank you so much, man. It's certainly nice to get those things, lightning bolts. New Hampshire, we love you, Joe. Denise says. Real Talk, I think Patrick something. I didn't catch a name. And B, thanks for joining us here. Thank you, Lisa Bailey, for the pizza. I was a little bit hungry tonight, so I can use that. Ruby, welcome for the show. Good to have you with us here. HEKE, welcome. Failed Cap, good to have you with us again. Jeff Turner, 190. I'm acknowledging Judy Jordan. Bella Sky, thanks for the like there. Do you think tech download issues is being done on purpose? It could be. I don't want to assume that, but we'll see if TikTok fixes the problem, because it's really essential that I'm able to disseminate my show to YouTube and Facebook, and I can't do it now because there's a problem. DJ, thanks for joining us. Do you think Shy will join us tonight? She might, she might, if she has something she needs to say. My day's going good, Queen Bee. I hope your day is too. I hope she comes on. I don't know what her schedule is. I think when they loosen up things, Bobby 77, when is this event? I'd like to go. I live in Connecticut. Bobby, we're going to follow you, man. Let's see here. And matter of fact, you have over 1,000 followers. So if you want to come on live, Bobby, you're welcome to join us here. We are talking about the C5 event Saturday, and certainly would love to have you on here if you want to come on here as a guest. We're going to be doing it at Middlefield, Connecticut, at a place called Lyman Orchards. Depending on the weather, we are definitely a go. I'm going to have to get everything posted between Monday morning or Monday night. And then we have a group of people already here, a contact list of people in our Ashtar Command C5 contact group, which I'll be contacting in the morning and tomorrow night. And then we'll officially be posting on Facebook. And here we'll be making a video, or have one of our colleagues create a video on TikTok, who's a TikTok person in our group. Mystic Mark, hopefully he'll be on here tonight if he happens to be on. So yeah, we're going to be doing this. We're going to go live on my Encounter show Saturday night. This Saturday, yes, it's going to be this weekend. So I'm telling people now so they can pre-plan, as opposed to last minute not being able to go. Now you know when it is. So people keep your night open if you're in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, or Connecticut. And also, one of the things about C5 is if you're coming, we want people not to be afraid or nervous about it. It's really a very beautiful event. We do, and we use Stephen Greer's app, which is the C5 app. We also do an Ashtar Command Christed meditation. We certainly set the scene for contact visually, and we use the certain tones on the C5 app to make contact with our space brothers and sisters. So we'll be doing that. We'll be using lighting techniques as well as the tones. And so we're going to have this pretty much set up by tomorrow night. We'll have it on our Facebook media, my spiritual stuff on Facebook, and also here on TikTok. We'll be promoting it as well each night as we're live on the weeknights as well. Handy J, good to have you with us. Dark Wing Duck, thank you for the likes. Handy J, thanks for joining us. And it's good to see everybody coming in here. And I also love to hear stories. Part of the thing about me is we want to always hear your visitation stories. If you have encounters with light beings, star people, we want to hear the stories. If you are taping and videotaping and documenting UFOs or spaceships, we want to have you talk about that. Also send us a copy of the videos and we'll analyze them and potentially put them on our YouTube channel, Ashtar Spaceship News, and also here on TikTok. We have a lot of videos over the last year and a half that are on our Ashtar Command Spaceship News page. A lot of great videos from all over the place. So you can look at many of them and you'll never get bored. I guarantee it. Marinette, good to have you with us, one of our moderators. And we hope more people, some of our other people will be coming in soon. I just want to share my live here. So we're going to definitely share the live with a lot of people here. Let me see. And we'll see who's there. And we'll just see. I'm just bringing people in here randomly. We're going very random here. So we'll see who comes in here. Good to have everybody with us here. So I just sent out 15 shares here. Thank you for the roses, Rubo. Thank you for the roses. Yu Lin, 112. Good to have you with us, Yu Lin. Everybody coming in here. So one of the things that really is interesting to me is how imminent it is of what things are happening in terms of our environment, the place we live here called Earth, the things that are happening above us now. And I'm really finding, a lot of people are out there recording things. In some cases, we need to educate people about what they're seeing. The most common thing people record is SpaceX, those satellites with the lines of blinking white lights in a straight line. And they think they're, spaceships. They're not. So if you ever see that, just for a heads up, you're looking at a space link with a bunch of satellites. If you see something that's weird, like multicolored lights doing weird things in the sky, then you've got something. But there's a lot of the satellites being shot up into space, and people are misinterpreting them as being something other than what they are, which is satellites. So I want to make sure people understand that. Bry, certified. Good to have you with us, Bry. Welcome to the show. It happens a lot, though, yeah. So part of my mission is to educate people. Blue, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Is to educate people, because we do C5. We train people on what to look for. Satellites, certainly satellites, we see them all the time. Planets, helicopters, conventional aircraft of whatever sort it is, Chinese lanterns, drones. We know how to train people. We've been doing this for over 8 years using C5, and we're very well trained in what we do. So if you ever have a question about something you've seen, Katie Sue, good to have you with us. Good evening. Jay Fritz, welcome. We'll definitely, share with you, help you if you have any questions of how to look for things when you go outside and you want to learn about C5. It's certainly something we can help people with. So it's a Sunday night live on Encounters, the late night UFO talk show. We'll be with you here tonight till about 12:30. 12:30. About that sounds about right. We started at 10:30 or thereabout. Lisa Bailey, thank you. Thank you so much for the galaxy. We send our love to you, Lisa. Thank you so much. And I really want to get into people getting ready and understanding so much the importance of contact. No diversions away from what that is. What does that mean? What does contact mean to you? What does eventually meeting people from other planets mean to you? Are you excited? Are you nervous? And it's okay to be nervous because that's a human emotion, right? How do you feel about living in a time period when you never thought in your life you'd be meeting people from another world, And all the things that are going on, the dynamics of that, how that's going to work. There's a lot of things behind the scenes people don't understand. Big girl, thank you. Thank you for the cat paws. There's a lot of things people don't understand. My goal is to educate people. It's really important to me in my mission here to educate people. There's a lot of misinformation all over the web, and it's a disservice to the truth, the cosmic truth of what's going on. Johnny Miller says, I'm both nervous and excited. I look forward to it very much. Bella Sky says, I'm a Palladian, I believe, a starseed for sure. Bella, hopefully you can come to our C5 gathering Saturday based on the weather conditions. Boston is not too far from Middlefield, Connecticut. And the thing is, if people come from Massachusetts or Rhode Island, I would say leave early so you have time to get to, and we'll have information about this on TikTok. Our poster will be, also message me directly, Bella, and I'll give you information about it. I'm not afraid at all, Blue says. Let's see here. And it's really important for me for people to understand, and welcome to the show, to understand that when the time comes, Barbara, welcome to our show, when the time comes for contact, and especially when we do C5s, we don't, thank you so much, Girl Storm, for the hands heart. We don't want people to be afraid. If we have one nervous person in the group, they're very sensitive. The space people are sensitive to our emotions. And if we show an emotion of fear, they're not going to start showing up into a C5 group, because they know that if there's an emotion of fear, they don't want to be scaring people in their spaceships. They want us to be not in fear, not nervous, but to feel overjoyed, excited. And they can feel the vibration of us, believe it or not. They can be all the way out in the atmosphere and they show up in a C5, and if there's a little bit of fear, they'll disappear, because they know if there's one person or even two at a group of 20 people that feel not uncomfortable, they don't want people to feel uncomfortable. Their mission is to get us to feel relaxed and comfortable when they come here. That's what the whole thing is with C5. C5 is a play for contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. They don't want to, show up with like 10 spaceships hovering over a field and everyone starts freaking out. That's the last thing they want to do, But humans are humans, and some humans will freak out. Other humans will be like thinking it's a threat, and they'll get out there and try to shoot like rocks at it, or whatever they're going to do, because they don't understand what's going on. They can't figure it out. Their mind is saying, the 30D mind is saying, I'm afraid, I'm afraid of this, right? Mama Sunshine, welcome to Encounters. Trina Blue Tea, thanks for the likes. Justin Welch, welcome to our show. It's just really important now in this show for me. Rachel, good to see you. And I saw your videos. They're pretty cool. Very cool, matter of fact. People need to get educated on so many scales. There's a lot of opinions. Your mind will create all kinds of assumptions and opinions. Human beings can do that quite a bit on this planet. Assume things. But if humans just had one person to sit with them in a group, and every one person that is in this broadcast, those of you who are fully aware and awake and not afraid, can take 10 people and actually sit with them that have nothing to do with this stuff, don't even know anything about this, and can actually sit with them and say, how would you like to be prepared for contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, star people, beings from other planets? And they say, what do you mean? I mean, how would you like to learn a little bit about something that's going to happen soon on Earth? Would you like to sit here and learn a little bit about all this? I can teach you. I'm not saying me personally, I'm being hypothetical, but many of you have the abilities. That's the whole thing. The whole purpose is that each of you that remember where you come from have the abilities to help other people, maybe a friend, a neighbor, get together a group. And it might just throw their heads off, the wall there, not knowing what you're talking about. But the thing is, if you get people to want to sit down and hear this and say, oh, did you hear about the whole thing with the UFO hearings? Maybe talk, and things that have been, in the news or whatever. And then you gently, gradually get into, well, there's something that's going to happen soon, and you might want to learn a little bit about it. What do you think? And if you do it in that way, in a very soft way with people, I think you'll get more people in your communities, wherever you are in the world, open up to discussion. And what do you think? You can ask them, well, what do you think about life in the universe? Maybe, ask people, what do you think about life in the universe, right? Bella Sky says, communicating without words, completely just mind. Yes, telepathy. You're right, Bella. Telepathy. So it's so important now for me on this show, more and more, since I've been on here on TikTok since last year. It's so important to educate people, because I don't assume everybody out here coming in here knows about everything about the subject. That would be kind of egotistical on my part, and I'm just not going to go there. I don't assume anything. That's what I find from doing my radio show for 20 years. I never assume anything. My goal is my mission work, to bust the matrix. The matrix, what is that? The matrix is all the 3D limitations that have been put on humanity, from the TV networks, from all the garbage on TV, the fluffy stuff that tries to get people distracted. The Disney, ABC now, the Disney Channel, Dancing with the Stars, and America's Funniest Home Videos as an example, whatever it is. There's all these diversions and distractions, they're out there, and my goal is to counter that with this show, to bring people into something that's real, to bring in something that's going to affect their consciousness, to make people think in a deeper way about who they are, where they've been, and where they're going, and if we can do that, then I feel good. I feel good that we're pushing back at all the illusions and all the lies on this planet, and everything that people have been ingested to, believing growing up in their families. And it's generational to generational to generational. With this show, we're going to blast you out of the universe, into the universe. On this show, people know that we're going to break the matrix every time. Yes, truth is freeing. That's right. KT, you're absolutely correct. And that's why I'm here. X10S, welcome to the show. Kathy, welcome to our show. Pat, welcome to Encounters. All the new people coming in here and finding Encounters, welcome. This is a welcoming place, this show. And if you don't know a lot about what we do, we're a co-host, not co-host, but the host of WESU's Cosmic Eye Radio every Sunday, NPR Pacific Radio, Astro Command Radio. I'm from Mars. I came out of the closet many years ago. I'm also work in Cosmic Christ Consciousness and do workshops where I take people off planet in my workshops, and it's real, and it happens, and they keep a journal. And also, I'm a co-creator of our CE5 group, Ashtar Command Contact Group, here in the United States, here in New England and Connecticut, which is going to happen Saturday. I'll get more into that later. So we also are a talk show host, and we want to hear your stories. So if people out there have things they would wish to speak of, including UFO sightings, including visitations, specifically visitations from star people, light beings, plasma beings, angelic beings. If you've had those encounters and you have 300 plus followers, please come on our show. Request to come on our show. You now can, at 300 plus followers, come on and share your story just with the audio section, and we'd love to hear from you. Yes, Debbie, yes, we're from Mars originally. I'm born here as a star seed, meaning I came here on purpose. I was seeded with a family, a human family. I am human, of course, but I'm also, my consciousness is both cosmic Christed, and if you can understand it, Martian as well. Mars, for new people, is 10 to 15 million inhabitants on the planet. They are human, just like on here, contrary to what anyone thinks or tells you or tries to show you pictures of non-humans on Mars. The Martian people are human. You know? So, Abella, thank you. And so I'm very much directly from Mars in coming here in human form. I came here on purpose. I volunteered to be here. I work with what you call the Ashtar Galactic Command, and my whole operational mode off planet was intergalactic communications. Intergalactic communications off planet is not radios. We don't use radios, but we are able to do intergalactic communications with crystallized technology, as well as mental communications as well. So it's very different off planet for the star people in terms of intergalactic communications versus on here, you use phones, radios, TVs, or whatever you use. So we adapt to use this technology, the radio show, to broadcast around the world and to interact with people. And that's what the show's about. I use the technology here on the work that we do, the mission work we do. And on Mars, we don't have TV channels. We don't have commercials, shopping malls, factories, or the things you have here. It's a very different vibration. Totally different. And welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And I'm sharing a lot of information, hopefully, with you tonight. And we will get into interviews. If people want to come on here and be interviewed, we welcome you, certainly. But while we're waiting for that to happen, I certainly have a lot that I can share. I don't always share a lot about myself, being from Mars, but certainly I have no qualms with that because I've come out of the closet when I was a teen, pre-teens. I came out of the closet with some kids in the neighborhood about being from Mars, and they didn't like that. I've had many sightings for new people. I've had sightings since the 1960s. I also teach people, they don't do it, but I teach people, at least try to explain to people that you can control the aging process on this planet, but many people don't do it. I don't understand why, but they don't. Basically, if you learn to control your brain, the human brain can be controlled. I'm going to share something with you here that you might not have heard anywhere else. You probably won't hear it anywhere else, but you'll hear it from me. That you can control your mind, which controls whether you age or not age, or how you age. Most people will say, well, I tried doing that. When I hear the word try, that's the blocking word, the word try. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying. If you keep using the word try, it's blocking your ability to do it. So if someone wants to control the aging process, you can, but you have to stop trying to do it and understand that you can do it. So trying to do something is one thing. Saying, I can do this, I will do this, is a different thing in your consciousness. When you tell your consciousness, I will do this. I'm not trying to get you to do this, mind. I will do this. You see? And KT says, yeah, I will meet these orbs soon. Interesting, KT. So if you want to control the aging process, and I will tell you that I've years ago told my brain that no, I'm controlling everything. The brain will do what it wants to do, but you can control the brain just like you control the digital button on your radio in the car that you want to listen to this station or that station. You control it by pressing the button. You can control your mind by telling the mind what to do. Most people don't tell the mind what to do. The mind tells them what to do. Now you reverse it and tell the mind, wait a minute, I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to what you're telling me. I'm going to tell you. So you have this thing where the mind gets kind of freaked out because now you're telling the mind, I'm going to control you. You will not control me. You will not control my aging process. You will not control my mind because my mind's expansive. It's cosmic. It's universal. You'll not control it. When you get to that point where you have control of your consciousness, you can go anywhere and do anything you want, including control the aging process. The only reason why people on Earth age is because they don't know how to control the mind, which believes that you have to age. Based on everything it's projected into the consciousness, oh, you have to retire, you have to go to a nursing home, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do whatever. That's because the mind is being controlled by all this limited stuff that comes into consciousness. Kelly says you have to relax and visualize. True. Relaxing is part of it. But the most important part of controlling aging is not believing in it. Truly not believing that you have to age the way you're being told you have to. You have to get AARP. You're retired. You got to get the AARP insurance. You're now getting old. Go to a retirement home. Retire. That's all part of the earth-based consciousness of the brain getting that receiving from commercials and all this other garbage on your planet. If you decide to make the choice to slow your aging process down, you will. Fabina, so I don't really get into the aging process. Age is just, the numbers. I don't believe in numbers. I don't have a belief in numbers. So for me, I just don't believe in aging the way most humans do. And I'm sure there's some people here who understand completely what I'm saying on this planet when we talk about Earth-based aging versus people that live on other planets, how they age. There are people on other planets living up to 50,000 years old that don't even look old. There are people that might be living on other planets that are living to 4,000 or 5,000 years old, or that are 5,000 years old, and they look like they're 30 years old. So the thing is to start controlling your mind. The brain has a memory of each cell. You have to reprogram by suggestion. You're right, Kelly. So it's about reprogramming. Kelly got it right on the money. You have to learn how to reprogram your human mind to control your aging process. And I'm sure not everybody knows that. If you can learn how to reprogram your mind, you can slow down your aging process in a nanosecond. You could be born 40, 50 years ago, 60 years ago. If you control the aging process, you will not look what you're supposed to look like, what typically people think you should look like, 50 years later. I don't feel my age. I am my age. Very good. Thank you, Bella. Danger, welcome. Jenny, KJ, I think. OEE, that's a good name. Summer Lesoya, Jess Parker, welcome to Encounters. Michelle 71, since my spirit and my heart's space aligned, I'm like a child taking in information all over again. Beautiful. I stopped aging at 48 years old, 60. I'm proud of it. Good, Lillian. I believe you. So when you control the aging process on Earth as human beings, Let's see. Dabney says, can I decrease my Parkinson's symptoms? I've never looked at that from the controlling of the brain. I would say don't even try to, meditate, tell your brain that you have to believe in that. Tell your brain that you want to decrease the Parkinson's symptoms. Your brain controls your physical body. Every cell in your body, your brain controls that. All right. You can rewire your brain based on controlling it, and you can attempt to decrease that. I'd love to see you try to do that, Dabney. So you try to do that. Don't even try. I'm saying just do it. Here's me using the word try. Just go ahead and do it. Take action. Do it like a meditation, like Om or you. Just do it. And give it time. Keep doing it like you're meditating for an hour. Just keep telling your mind, I want to decrease the symptoms of my Parkinson's. And keep doing that in meditation. Use some meditation music, higher frequency music, and do meditation. I'd love to see in a few weeks if you come back with any new stories about what happened with that. I won't predict anything on that. But yeah, you can definitely utilize that option of controlling your mind with that specific situation and see what happens. Yes, you can also control disease by the same process. SMLX says, I think everyone feels about 28 inside. Very good. I'm very excited for you, Dabney. I want to see what happens. Financial Services, welcome to the show. And this is Encounters, the late night UFO talk show. And Shenanigans, welcome to the show. My consciousness, cosmically speaking, is for some reason needing to talk about the aging process on Earth. And I think I've pretty much covered most of it. And it just hopefully it's helping some of the people in here that have never thought about controlling the mind to slow down your aging process on Earth. But you can. Absolutely. Scotter421 says, okay, Good evening, Skip to Grace. Good to have you with us. And we're going to bring Skip to Grace on. I don't know where the rabbit is. The rabbit might be doing something, but Skip to Grace is going to come on with me if she wants to. Trish Hours, thank you for the heart. We love all of you out here. Skip to Grace with our Ashtar Command contact group.
Hey, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Grace, how are you?
Hi, Commander. How are you this evening?
Good. Just to let you know, and to let Mark know and everybody, we're going to do a C5 Saturday night at Lyman Orchards in Middlefield.
Okay. All right.
So get the word. We're going to get the word out. The weather should be good, I hope.
Okay.
And we'll be arriving at 7:30 for people that want to come. I have people in our broadcast here in Boston that want to come, people in Connecticut. So we're going to start promoting some stuff on Facebook as well.
Great. So excited.
Me too.
The weather's really been cooperating, so there's been a lot of opportunity to look in the sky and observe because it's been so cloudy. We've had months and months of clouds.
Yeah.
Up here in the southeastern Connecticut. So
yeah.
I'm sure everyone else might have a little different story, but that doesn't stop us though from experiencing our star family. Even though we can't see them, we can definitely reach them through our other senses.
Yeah.
That's what definitely. I find really interesting. But I really like what you were talking about, Commander, about the aging process and that the commenter about, changing or maybe possibly slowing down her symptoms because I had a really great experience in the last couple of years. I got diagnosed with a autoimmune disease around almost 3 years ago. And it actually really devastated me. It came out of nowhere. And I decided when the doctor told me, I said, I left the office and I just thought about it a little bit. And I said, I don't really accept this. I actually don't want this. And I decided that I was going to just heal, allow my body to heal. But I really feel like the encounter I had with the healing angel, not the angel, the healing being that I met during a CE5 event in Florida. I met up with the master healer, and a star being, and I asked him if he would come and heal me. And I just recently, this week, I'm sorry, not this week, but last week, got back blood work, and I no longer have that autoimmune disease.
Oh, congratulations, Grace.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Congratulations.
shocked.
Beautiful.
Honestly, no kidding. I was shocked when the doctor told me, but then I was not really shocked. I was actually like, oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it was two things going on. It was not only my own ability to heal my body and to, because your body is going to believe what you think.
Right. It will.
And so, I just didn't accept it. I said, you know what? I'm not accepting this. This is not who I am. And, and in some circumstances, there are just some conditions that, we have to learn to live with, but that doesn't mean we have to accept.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so that's sort of where I was at. And I found that to be it blew my mind. And yet, we as humans, and the human psyche, we have a tendency to not really want to believe things. We go, oh, well, that's unbelievable. And in all reality, we have to believe that we have these abilities to do these things. And we do have star helpers. We do have star beings that help us, that are out there willing to help us, but we have to be able to call upon them.
Right. The thing, you're so right about that, calling upon them. You just said the 3 words, calling upon them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And, I made the connection with this particular, years ago when I first met this star creature or being, I referred to him as an alien. And I remember just meeting him in a meditation probably over 20 years ago. And I know he's been with me before when I do readings, as he comes in often when I have certain people in front of me for readings, but he doesn't come that often, but I knew just recently, I remembered about him, and I know we had a conversation on the show about him just recently too. But I thought, I'm calling upon him again. I'm going to ask him if he could aid me in my journey of healing. And I agree with what you said, Commander, about talking to your body. Talking to your cells, talking to your body is major. Being able to take control of, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this too. And that it also, and if anybody knows him, mention it in the comments if you've, actually read any of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, because he will talk about basically just reactivating the pineal gland and getting the pineal gland to, just wake up and to decalcify it in a way, wake it back up, because our society and our world today, unfortunately, and I don't want to point any fingers at anybody in particular, but I know that we have certain substances that are placed in our water and in our food that actually kind of clog that area. And that pineal gland is the area, that's our third eye. That's where we see through our mind's eye.
Well, that's right.
And
That's absolutely true.
we can travel, and, we can astral travel, and we can meet our star friends and the star brothers and sisters when we, travel through that third eye. And it allows us to make those connections, and, it allows us to raise our frequencies to another vibrational, kind of realms and understanding. So we talk, I know personally, I've talked about that for years and years and years. And, I've done this for many, many years. And yet finally, I think it's part of the way our world has changed, and the consciousness of our world has become higher, and we're all evolving, and I think collectively it's creating like a collective jump into the like, what do they call that when you have a there's a term for it and I can't think of it right now. It's not coming to me. Like time travel, where you can
Yeah.
jump dimensions, and you're like, wow, wait a second. I can see that in my mind now. It's like coming into my thinking that's
Hmm.
conscious everyday thinking, not just in the in the mind where it's in my mind's eye only.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
coming directly into my mind, into my brain, into my daily thinking. So it's becoming a reality, like a hard reality. So I
Now
find,
you mentioned the space being. You know already that you can contact them or him, wherever planet they're from, planetary system. They hear you. I think you know that. I mean, I know you personally, and I know you can make contact on telepathic communications. And that being will be there if you need that being to come from wherever they're from. They will assist you.
yeah, I
Always.
agree with that. I do agree with that. I mean, I have always said to, personally, I've used this technique myself where I just have a conversation with my inner being. And I
Hmm.
think when you say talk to yourself, tell yourself,
Mm.
because Eckhart Tolle talks about this, right? Like that he did, I mean, he became an author and wrote A New Earth because of his experience, because he wanted to kill himself. He was telling himself, I want to kill myself. And then one day it dawned on him, well, wait a second, who is saying that?
All
Who
right.
is the one talking to me saying like I'm here, but something else is saying I want to kill myself? And he called that the pain body.
Hmm.
And he's got some incredible material if anybody's interested and they want
Oh
to
yeah, I've not read his books, but I've followed him when he started getting into this, and I've seen him over the years talk on video, and he is a very interesting person. One day at a time. Thank you for the roses. We appreciate the roses. Thank you so much for that. We have Grace here with me, a friend of mine, also with our C5 Ashtar group in Connecticut. Say hello to Grace, and we report about 15 or so people, and I just wanted to let people know, Cobra, good to see you, brother, that we're going to be doing our C5 in Connecticut Saturday night this weekend at Lyman Orchards in Middlefield, Connecticut. We're going to be gathering around 7:30 in the evening, and we'll start doing it after 8 o'clock when it gets dark out. We're asking people to bring something comfortable to wear. It might be a little bit cooler. Maybe bring a blanket, some water with you. Some little things like that you'll want to bring to the Connecticut gathering here in the U.S. of our C5 next Saturday. And our goal is to make contact and do a meditation. We'll be doing a Ashtar Command meditation first, but we're also using Dr. Greer's C5 app to make contact. We'll be broadcasting it on TikTok, so you'll be able to see it. If we see anything, everyone here will see what we see in the skies above us, and we're hoping to make some very good visual contact with some of the star people showing their ships. So yeah, we're hoping to do that. We know that can be done, and it's always something that happens with the C5 app. We'll also be using lighting, so we'll be using certain lighting techniques that they can see light beyond our Earth. They can beam in on our light, and they can see points of light. So we'll be using some lighting techniques as well. Cosmic Race is awesome. Drums, crystals, grids too. Yes, all that stuff is good. Yes, absolutely. All
So,
that stuff is
Commander,
good.
I have some interesting news I came across. You guys ready for a news story?
We certainly are on encounters.
So, this is for you NFL and sports fans. We have another actual member of the NFL. He's a quarterback, and his name is Aaron Rodgers, and he shares a wild tale of a UFO sighting. Not in the way he plays and not in the things he says, but it's off
Hmm.
the field pursuits that he enjoys. He was reminded of this on Wednesday while listening to Rogers' 2-hour interview with Pete Holmes on the comedian's popular You Made It Weird podcast. And Holmes and Rogers had barely gotten pleasantries out of the way when the Packers star launched into an epic tale of the UFO sighting from his past. And then he goes on to talk about the story took place, and he said it was way back. So, he's been holding on to this story for a while, since 2005. It says back then he was, of course, a prospect for the Packers, and he had traveled to New York to take a segment. Anyway, he talks about, he said he saw a large orange left to right moving object. Rogers explains to Holmes, because of the overcast nature of the night and the snow, you couldn't make it out. It was behind the clouds. We are seeing, but it was a definitely large, moving from left to right. And it was me, Steve, and his brother that saw it. So he had 2 other witnesses. It goes out of sight, and we look at each other and go, what the F did we just see? And that's exactly his quote.
Wow. Unquote. So he's the second person in the sports world to go public about what happened with him.
Yep. And then get this. He says later on they had the sound of fighter jets chasing the object and flying over his home.
See, they were chasing the object because the object obviously is not reverse engineered. It is out of this world spaceship. Now they're told, the Air Force says, okay, intercept object. We need to intercept the object. And I'm sure the object was advanced enough to just disappear.
It goes on to say that now, if you know anything about the UFO sightings and you've done research, you know that a lot of times 2 things are not connected to UFO sightings. 2 things are connected to UFO sightings, said the 2-time MVP and Super Bowl champion. 1 is the presence of fighter jets. And 2, there's a lot of sightings that happen to be around nuclear power plants.
Oh, yeah.
So he ties them together, and the alarm we heard from 30 miles out was a nuclear power plant that had an alarm that went off.
Interesting. Well, yeah, the space people are concerned with our use of nuclear power, nuclear energy. And Bella says, she was in Boston, says, yep, went on for over 30 minutes, I believe, she says.
Yeah, and it says here, Aaron Rodgers is a believer, and they ask, are you?
Yeah. I would wonder how many people in the sports world are in the closet about things that have happened that are out of this world, and how many more sports people are going to come public that are well received by the people that like them, fans, and start talking about these otherworldly things that they're having happen. I think it's going to make people that are fans start thinking about the subject that they wouldn't think about because they're looking at this person as a sports person, be it football, baseball, whatever. And now they're coming out saying, oh, this happened to me. And now the sports fan is saying, oh, maybe I should take a look at this story. Maybe I should think about this.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting about this, Commander, is that he says, what they point out in the story is they say that he was on a comedian's podcast, but the quarterback was deadly serious. It was not a joke.
Yeah.
So he took an opportunity to kind of come out of the closet, so to speak.
He did. And the fact that fighter jets are put up in the air when these objects are there doing what they're doing, whenever you hear the story about fighter jets being summoned by our DOD or the Air Force to go up and intercept unidentified flying objects, you know then that we're not talking about weather balloons, we're not talking about our own Earth-based technology, we're not talking about drones, we're not talking about some ridiculous lie that someone wants to make up, that it's an unmanned satellite floating in the air. When they start chasing these things with air fighter jets, you're talking about the fact that we are trying to intercept intelligent craft that are being traveling from somewhere else in the universe, and they're here doing something, and therefore our air fighter jets have to go and chase them or try to catch them or intercept them or even try to shoot them down. And who knows what those jets would have done if they were able to they couldn't catch up with them anyway. The technology that these beings have is so far advanced from ours. Those jets are like going slow compared to the spaceships that are in there, that we're seeing for 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So KT asked, did the object have a shadow? And he goes on to say in the article that he was actually just after a healthy Italian dinner. Rogers and company were startled by the sounds of the siren in the distance. So that's what caused them to go outside. And then when they went outside, that's when they saw the large orange craft left to right moving.
And what was the siren? Why was the siren on? What's the relationship with the siren?
The siren
UFOs?
the siren went off because it was the nuclear plant siren that was sounding.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have been, within its, airspace.
Right. So was there something wrong with the nuclear power plant that the siren went on?
That's a good question. That's a good question. They don't go on to, that really would be a great question, I think, to explore.
Yeah.
Because they don't go on to talk about it. And I'd like to do some more research on this and see if there's any more information.
JJC3 says you can watch the video on YouTube. I'll have to check that out.
Okay. Yeah. And I think it's really fun to watch the expressions too, when you have the interviewees on live, that you have an opportunity to watch them tell the story and really get a feel for how they feel. Because my husband Richard is an avid sports person, and he is just amazed by all of a sudden now many of the sports famous sports players are these quarterbacks and whatnot. They're not afraid to tell their stories. They're just letting it rip.
We should get their names and see if any of them are on TikTok and invite them on our show.
That would be a great idea.
I'm going to give that to you as an assignment.
Yeah, I will. I'll check into that for sure.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look and see if there's any more on. Now it reported this. I was just looking at NFL.com, but it's reported in many different platforms. Sports Illustrated, New York Jets. They talk about it. At least 40 or 50 different outlets that are covering this story right now. So I'm sure that there are more. I think that what's interesting is there's so many stories coming out in general that it's tough to keep track of, and you have to watch the dates. And that does not, even though the date is, say he saw it in 2005, that does not necessarily denote the fact that he did see it. It doesn't. It's still important that we hear it and we hear about it.
Yeah, Joe is saying in the comments here, yes, also Phil Snyder, he was a person shot by them and talked about it, and he ended up dead. I know about, he wrote a book. I had his book. It was a paperback, a thick book. He wrote a book called Under a Pale Horse or something like that. I don't remember exactly the book, but I don't think you can find it anymore. It's probably out of print.
No, I actually remember Phil Schneider. I remember him. Wow. Joe Rogan.
William Julian, welcome to our show. KLM, welcome to Encounters. For all the new people here, this is Encounters, the #1 late night UFO talk show on social media, even bigger than all the big networks. This is a show that the networks aren't even touching, because the networks are liars and they won't touch anything that's real. They'd rather show you fluffy stuff and people doing catwalks on stage with new clothing or new shoes, or you got to watch the Golden Bachelor who's trying to get remarried and find a wife. So that's what they do. But here We get real. We get cosmically real here on Encounters. We talk about things that are real. We don't talk about, did you buy some laundry detergent at the market the other day? Or, how was McDonald's? Did you get a free McDonald's 12-piece McNuggets? No, we don't talk about that here. We talk about things that are real. Our star family, space people, your visitations. What Grace and I are talking about here about these athletes that are coming out of the closet regarding their encounter stories. It gets real here. We have somebody I think wants to come live. And who is that? Down the rabbit hole. Our co-host is here. Everyone give applause here and an introduction to my good friend, James.
Welcome.
Hello, everybody. It's Sunday night with Commander and Grace.
Welcome in.
And he's able to sing too. You didn't know that.
Oh, you might have seen me on some Broadway shows for all you know.
I believe he is an undercover Broadway star. Yes. Welcome, James. Welcome to the show.
James, we were
Hello, I'll be on
James,
camera shortly.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
James. Sorry to interrupt you.
I'll be on camera shortly.
Okay.
We believe you.
James, we were just talking about Aaron Rodgers. Did you hear about his report that just came out?
Oh, yeah. I'm an avid football fan, so I've known about Aaron Rodgers coming out of his closet.
Exactly.
He's very spiritual. He is very spiritual.
Oh, that's cool. See, that's really important for people to know, and I think this is to me personally, my husband's really big into sports, especially football, and for many, many years. And, you didn't really get to know the players like we are today.
Yeah.
But
I love it. Yeah, I love having the shows.
Yeah, and the fact that they're just letting it rip. We were just talking about that. What was such connectivity.
Whoa. Hold on. Before I have to interrupt, hold on a second. Somebody just insulted me in the chat.
No, that's our
and
friend
now I
Zilla up
gotta.
in Maine. That's our friend Zilla up in Maine with all the sightings, man.
Hold
We're
on.
up in New England. Which
Somebody
one?
said something about the Dolphins fans, and I am not a Dolphin fan, buddy. Hey, Tampa Bay, and look, come on. We got
the
Tampa
merch.
Bay and the Rabbit Hole.
The Rabbit Hole, that's a new football team, right? The Rabbit Hole's a new NFL team?
That is the Bermuda Triangle Rabbit Holes.
There you go.
Yes.
Right out of the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, there you go. And he is actually in that realm of area. And also Zilla is invited to our C5 event Saturday. I know Zilla wants to come down. Zilla, pre-plan, we'll give you more information then before the end of the week on our show here. We'll message you and see if one of our friends here can put you up coming down from Maine on a Saturday night. So I'm sure in our group someone will have an extra bed maybe. So we'll figure that all out on Messenger. I asked about being a moderator. Well, Will, we certainly would welcome you to be a moderator if you wish to. Let me just do this here. We'll add you. Let's see here. You are now, since you're on a lot with us, we know you well. We know you're a level-headed person. You won't just, block people that are not doing something that's crazy, but we certainly welcome you. So, Will, you're now a moderator of Encounters. Welcome to our moderation group part. There you go. And glad to have you with us. Please, everybody, share and like. I certainly want to hear people's stories. I know we all do. James and Grace, we'd love to hear people's stories here. If you have over 300 followers now, just to give you an update with Amazon, not with Amazon, what am I talking about? With TikTok. Forget Amazon, please. Forget Amazon. But TikTok, you can actually you can actually come on live with 300 plus followers. So if you want to come on live audio wise and you have, please tell me what you want to talk about. Either your ET visitations, UFO sightings, C5, any of those areas. We'd love to hear from you. So please share what you wish to talk about. You must have 300 plus followers for audio, and you can come on live. We'll put you on here. Anybody have any new videos? That's good, Dave, to ask the question. Does anybody have any new footage they've been recording of different UFOs in your area of the world? I have a friend in the military who's I'm trying to get come forward who has experiences in Afghanistan. That would be great.
Oh, fabulous.
That would be really good. So I know I can pick and choose people and just randomly choose somebody here and put you on live. Let me see here. So I can, certainly choose people. And I know there's a lot going on. Again, Rachel, you have some great video footage that we were looking at on Messenger, and I'm going to relook at it later. I appreciate that. And there's a lot of people on here that we can bring on. I know I'm looking at the list of all the people here, and I'm pretty sure some of you who can come on live probably had different encounters or stories that you'd like to share. I'm just thinking, who should I bring on here randomly? There's a whole bunch of people here who can go live, and they're in the room right now.
There's a lot of people are asking to come in. Very, very interesting.
I've had many contacts. So I'm going to bring Celeste in here, I think.
Is this someone new?
Yeah, Celeste is a new person to come on live. I chose Celeste to come in here, and we're going to bring you on, Celeste. That's what we do here on Encounters. We want to hear your story. Don't be afraid to come on here. If you've been on here, we treat everybody very, very beautifully on my show. So, Celeste, I think everybody wants to hear your story. We'd love to hear you. Just make sure you get your camera on if you are able to do that. So we'll see if Celeste comes on.
Pressure.
No pressure. It's all good. It's all very good. So we've invited our friend Celeste, and we'll see if Celeste makes it on here with us. So to get on, Celeste, now that I've invited you, press on the bottom part where it says guest, press the accept button on the invite, and it will bring you up on screen if you want to come here and tell us your story. I have UFO UAP says I have 6 real encounters: Shadow Man, a Goat Man in the woods, and a Valerian encounter. Interesting.
Wait. Who said they had a goat man? Whoa.
That's
He's a bad boy.
UFO UAP sky scanner.
So we have Celeste coming on, I believe, folks. We're going to greetings, Celeste. Welcome to the #1 UFO talk show on social media, Encounters. CmdrAleon, my co-host James is here, and my friend Grace with our Ashtar C5 group. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Hey, Celeste, do you have can you turn your camera on?
No, I can't.
You can't? Okay.
Oh, I can't. I'm ready to go to sleep. And
don't turn the camera on then. We don't want to do that. But
to be honest with you, I have all my makeup off, and I'm in bed, and the lights are out, and I'm.
That's okay.
That's okay, Celeste. I have my makeup off too.
Only on Encounters can you hear stories like that. No, we're glad to have you on here.
I took my makeup off already.
My makeup is not even on me anymore, so what can I tell you?
I know you've invited me more than once, and
oh yes,
I was too shy to come on.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I'm kind of shy, so
that's all right.
But I've been listening often, and tonight I accept it.
All right, thank you for coming on, because you have a story to tell. I know it.
Yeah, there's many. It started when I was very young. I was hey, to go way back, I quickly, because I don't want to waste too much of your time talking. I
Oh,
know
No,
you're not
you're
you're
wasting
not
any time.
wasting
Go
our
ahead.
time.
That's why you're here. It's a talk show. You're not
okay.
wasting any time. You're supposed to be here.
Let's break the ice, Celeste. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Oh,
Nova
great.
Oh,
Scotia.
greetings from our friends in the north.
Yes.
Yes, Canada. Hmm.
Well, thank you for coming. Let's hear it.
We're
Okay.
ready for the story. Go right into
You,
it.
and my stories aren't with actual sightings. It's all dreams.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I don't recall the age, but I recall, I don't know if it means anything, but um, a lot of voices in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rock back and forth and say, go away, go away. And then going forward, um, I was, I'd say in my early teens, 13, 14,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
was when I started to really ask questions and I would pray. I wasn't really religious. I was brought up in a religion, but I would pray and I would
Yeah.
ask, for some reason, I would say, I want to know truth. And I would pray and I
Hmm.
would pray to be shown the truth. Who am I? Where did I come from? And I would say that I knew I was from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Wow.
that's when I had my first dream.
Hmm.
When I went to
So
bed that
after you
night.
asked for truth, you had your first dream?
Yes, yes,
That's
Wow.
interesting.
yes. Um, in the dream, I was lifted up in a like a pure light, golden white light. I was just lifted up in this dream. And when I woke up, it was a beautiful experience. But when I woke up, I was a totally different person for I think about 1 week. I,
1 week.
I changed. I had so much love for my parents. It was like an unconditional love
Mm-hmm.
toward them. And my
Oh, wow.
whole, yeah, I really appreciated them. So I thought maybe it was a religious experience, maybe, right?
Hmm. It could be a
Um,
spiritual experience, not a religious.
spiritual, religious, I don't know, but
Yeah.
um, so then uh, about 3 or 4 years later, I was open to like joining a church, so I joined Church of Latter-day Saints, and
Hmm.
and I got caught up in that for about 10 years.
Hmm.
But I really thought that experience was God leading me when the missionaries came to my door, right? It was religious.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't until the last few months that I started to think that, there's more to it than
Right.
that. Like yeah, yeah.
There's a lot more to it. There was a lot
And
more to it.
there was a lot more to it. And since then, I've had dreams of, um, I dreamt I was in a pre-existence, uh, preparing to come to Earth. I've had that dream.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a school, and there are certain levels in the school, and a certain level you were ready to come to Earth.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Can I
and
ask a question, Celeste? So were your dreams, were they sequential? Like when you would go into the dream state, would you progress through that schooling?
uh, what do you mean progress? Like, um,
Oh, I was just asking if your dreams were like sequential.
What?
Like would you take off like when you would go back again, would you remember your past dreams? Like were you cognizant during your dreams pretty much?
Right.
okay, some of them, yes, I was, but this particular dream, I was in a particular place, and we were speaking mind to mind, I guess
Yeah,
telepathically.
telepathy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Telepathy.
we were speaking to each other, and there was this one person in my dream who I met, who I didn't know who this person was until I was in like when you're in high school, you're in the last year or something, right? I was in the last stage of where I was supposed to be. I was ready to graduate, and I met this person, and this person walked amongst us, but I didn't know who this person was until I was in this last stage or before coming to Earth in my dream, and I said, I know who you are. So I still don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know. I just don't, I'm not sure who that person was, but this person was of significance. So then as I go on, I've had like many dreams, too many
Hmm.
to really, yeah,
In your dreams, have you had encounters with what I call star people or space people at all? Do you remember?
lately I have.
Tell
Yes,
us
yes,
about that.
yes. Uh, I had, probably in the last few months, I've had an encounter of, um, some like gray people in my
Oh,
dreams,
the Zetas, yeah.
and they came to me, and there was two of them, and they I didn't have any problem with them. They were it was positive experience,
Hmm.
but and they were pointing to the sky, told me to look to the sky.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
and
go ahead. Why did they tell you to look to the sky?
I don't know, but they were I'm not sure. They just that was my dream. They were pointing and telling me the
Hmm.
message. Look to the
So
sky.
Look to the
are
sky.
you journaling these dreams? Are you
Yeah.
recording them?
Yes, I am. Yes, yes, yes.
Have you
And
ever,
then
uh-huh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was going to ask, have you ever followed Dolores Cannon's work?
Lately I heard about her.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. I
Okay.
don't know too much about her, but yeah.
A lot of what you're saying sounds familiar to me through some of her teachings and some of her work. So it would be probably good for you to do some research. And you were going to say, I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
Um, the last dream I had was when I was on this site, and Commander was I don't, do you channel? You were channeling one night.
Well, I don't channel. I'm a telepathic communicator. I never channel.
Okay, not channeling. You were doing something, and you said that we're whoever's listening is going to make contact tonight. They're going to make contact.
I remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
What
don't know, a
happened?
couple months ago. You said
Yeah,
that,
I
and
did. I do remember that.
I went that night. I there was I had a dream, and it was a good dream. Again, none of them were bad.
Hmm.
It was um a a being that had like uh they had brown skin, and they had like a trunk kind of nose like an elephant,
Hmm.
but
Oh,
but a
wow.
short, but not long.
Hmm.
It resembled like it
Like a
wasn't.
small elephant nose.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
And
such an incredible detail.
they were talking to me, but I don't remember exactly what was said. But it was good. It was positive.
Hmm.
And but that's what I remember. Their nose was, it wasn't long, but it was shaped like the trunk
Like,
of an
yeah.
elephant, and there was a lot of like kind of wrinkly kind of, yeah,
Hmm.
and their skin was dark brown.
And what did
Celeste,
they
do you want
say?
to hear some synchronicity?
Wow.
That show was a Sunday night, and here we are on a Sunday night, and you're joining us for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes,
Do
yes.
you remember did they say anything to you in the dream where they were from or who they were? I think that would be kind of interesting.
No, I don't recall that at all.
Hmm.
I know they spoke with me, but when I woke up, I didn't remember anything.
Yeah. But
Um,
you can remember if you meditate, you can ask them to come back and communicate with you
okay,
telepathically, learning how to do
okay,
mind-to-mind communications. You can actually reconnect with them.
okay. But I do know that they had like a cape on or something, a purplish,
Okay.
bluish. I
Hmm.
remember that.
Well, it's funny. Cat Mama just said something about the Hindus, and when Cat Mama said that, I was picturing her being with the purple cape on.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Listening to the story, this is Encounters, the late night UFO talk show here on TikTok. My guest is Celeste, down Rabbit Hole James, my co-host, and a good friend, Grace here in Connecticut, with our Ashtar C5 group. We're on here talking about Celeste's dreams that have actually increased to the current state of being in contact with extraterrestrial beings. And it seems so far, the zetas that you've dealt with are positive. They told you to look up. I think what they're telling you is to start looking up into the sky and you'll see the ships eventually. I think
Yes.
that's what they meant by look up to the stars. Did you
That's
get that? Do you
yes.
understand that?
Yes. Yes. And my last dream, this dream was my latest was I think a couple weeks ago
Hmm.
was I actually did see a spaceship in my dreams.
Oh,
In the
cool.
dream.
Yeah,
Can
in
you
my
tell us
dream.
what it looked like?
Um, it was it was like a disc shape, and it had all these colors in the middle, and they
Hmm.
seemed to be like turning on and off, on and off. Um, and in my dream, I was there in my dream, and I was looking up at the sky, and I was actually, this doesn't make sense to me, but I wasn't myself. I was somebody else, and I was
Yes, you would
looking
be
up to
somebody else.
I was looking up to the sky, and it was coming toward me, and I was waving to it.
Hmm.
But I was a
I want to.
man. I
I want
was.
to. Well, so in your dream, when you go into that state of consciousness, you might be seeing yourself in a different way, meaning that you might be seeing who you are in another level of who you are, meaning on this earth,
Sure.
you're who you are. You're a woman here. If it can,
Mhm.
I'm trying to make sense of this for you, not to confuse anything, but you could be a man off planet in that specific situation, and that's who you are. And then on Earth, you're this woman, Celeste, but on there, you're different. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah.
Okay.
When I was
Yeah.
young, when I would have these dreams, I learned to believe that when I first started having dreams, I used to know that dreams meant something because of their colors.
Mm-hmm.
If they're vibrant, certain colors, I would know that it meant something, even though I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know what it meant.
Yeah.
All through my life, that's how I distinguished it, and I knew there was something more out there because of those dreams that I had.
And the
So,
colors, it's amazing you say colors, and I'll switch over to James in a minute. But when you mention colors in your dream, dealing with space or with extraterrestrial contact with these beings, you're right. The colors are vibrational frequencies. So, if you're having a cosmic dream, which is in basically, I tell people the cosmic dream is the reality state. So, what we think is reality here, when you have a cosmic dream that's very distinct and you remember every detail and you're actually keeping a journal and you talk about
Mhm.
the colors represent vibration. So when people see even spaceships, if they have colors that are vibrating out of the ship, actual, spaceship sightings or UFO sightings, those colors represent a vibration of where those particular space people come from. It's all based on colors. So it's very much a part of what you're saying.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. And I always knew that. I think it was only recently. It wasn't until I came on TikTok that I found your live that it really started to increase my dreams. Like they started to
Wow.
increase in frequency. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Since
My
yeah.
life will do that. My life will do that. I tend to be an
You're raising your
activator.
vibration.
Yeah,
Yes.
on this show, people will raise their vibration.
Yes. Yes. Because I've always felt that there was something more out there.
Mm,
I've always been intuitive, and I always said, like, what's my purpose on earth? And I always knew there was something. Everybody has a purpose, right?
right. That's right.
And then I ended up in going into like the health field, right? So I help people that way
Oh, good.
in healthcare,
You know?
right?
Yeah. When you come from the stars, we come here in human form as starseed. You would be a starseed. You come here and you work in whatever way on earth people can work. Now, what you did off planet, you'll eventually remember as you keep journaling those cosmic dreams, you'll remember who you are off planet. Like, were you a space traveler? Did you go to other planets? Everyone who comes here will eventually remember who they truly are. And through these dreams, you're going to eventually remember everything about your cosmic self, which means that you'll remember who you are. And therefore, you also remember what planet you come from. I mean, of course, you live here, you live in Canada, but that's not where you're from. You see, you're from somewhere else beyond Earth. It's just a matter of time. In the dream state that you're having now with these interactions, you can ask, where am I from? You can even meditate and say to yourself, Celeste, I want to remember with my higher self where I am from. What planetary system am I from? You would, if you believe it or not, you will actually get that answer. No one can give it to you. You'll get it in your memory through meditation, through the higher self. You know what the higher self is, correct?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
through the higher self, that will be your doorway to where you come from. You can actually travel as you learn to do the Merkaba. The Merkaba, for people that know, is actually turning yourself into a ship. Your consciousness can travel out of your body physically. And if you learn to understand what a Merkaba is, it's the living vessel. You're a living vessel. You're like a ship. Your consciousness travels anywhere it wants to in the universe. There's no limitation. So if you learn to do that, study the Merkaba, study going within, and I think you'll be able to, and certainly keep journaling, journal of these dreams you're having now. And I think if you ask, you shall receive the information as to where you came from before
Well,
having the human experience in the health field, what you're doing on Earth. You have many more areas beyond Earth in your consciousness that you need to explore. And you're starting to see that now in your dreams. I think you'll have many more of those happening too. It's really exciting.
it is, and I just have a feeling like I've traveled many, many places.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do have that feeling,
You have
but
to
I
just
don't.
go into meditation and remember it.
I can't say exactly where I'm from. I'd like
Mm-hmm.
to know, but I just feel
You
like
will.
I've traveled many places. So,
Yeah, you're going to remember it when you do the focused connection to your higher self. You can ask your higher self, I now want to remember. I'm ready to remember where I come from beyond
yeah,
Earth. Ask
yeah,
it. The higher self will give you the answers. And
yeah.
you'll have many memories that will come back to you as your consciousness now expands and wakes up to the bigger reality that you are. You will now remember who you are, where you come from, and so many beautiful things will come to you. It really will.
Okay, I will. I
Yeah.
will. I will do that. Yes, I will do that. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's what I'm getting. As I listen to stories, you know that already about me. When I listen to
Yes.
stories, I get information for you, and that's what I'm being guided to tell you. Is focus on the higher self, focus on inner reflection, and you will be able to contact and make contact with other star beings that are even different than the ones you met in your dreams. Other star beings from other planetary worlds, including the planetary world where you come from. I'm not sure where that is, but I do know they will contact you if you ask them to through telepathy and through that dream state that you're going through, which is actually the reality state for you to have that contact.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. Yes, thank
James,
you.
do you have any questions that you want to ask her? Or
No, tonight we must be on cosmic alignment, because that's exactly, what you were saying was what I was thinking, that she just needs to work on her growth, work on her self and her communication and her meditation, and she's gonna do great.
Yeah, you are. That's one thing about this show, that if you're new here, we uplift every single individual on our radio, our TV show here. Because I'm a contactee. I don't come from Earth. I came out of the closet years ago for new people from Mars. Also, I work in cosmic Christed consciousness in my workshops, and I take people on journeys off planet. I teach them how to leave their body to go to a big ship as big as the Earth called the Golden Ship. And I've done that for a number of years. So I know when people talk about these things, I can relate to their experiences. And it's not your typical nuts and bolts UFO show. Here, it's really a spiritual UFO show that gets into the real details of people's dreams, your cosmic dreams, your encounters, your UFO sightings, direct visitations. So I thank you so much, Celeste, for sharing in Canada how you progressed within 10 years, how you progressed from where you were and where you are now. I think it's a beautiful story.
Thank you very much. I feel
Absolutely.
privileged to share it. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
no, we are
thank you.
honored. Thank you so much.
Really, we are. We're honored. Absolutely.
Thank you
We
so
honor everybody. All right. And I think I'm also going to bring on another person here who's got enough people to come live. And if I can get him on here, let's see who it is. He was mentioning something. If he's still here, it's going to be a surprise guest. He's going to be surprised if I can find
Surprise
him.
guest.
That's what,
Oh, I'm gonna make him. He'll be surprised. Oh, I already know who it is.
It's going to be somebody who's not been on here. I'm going backwards to find out if they're still here. Let's see here. This is Encounters, the late night UFO talk show. And we are going to find him. Hopefully they're here still. I'm going backwards on my list. Yeah, I found him. Okay, here we go. Nafax, you are invited. You mentioned an experience. You had an experience when I was 4 years old and a couple more times in my adolescence. So we're going to see if he comes on. And again, Celeste, thank you for being on with us. And we'll keep you watching the show. All right? All right, there we go. Let me just do this here. And so we want to see if Nafex is still here. And if you wish to come on our show, if you have had an experience, we'd love to hear your cosmic dreams. The dream state is where a lot of these encounters are happening, which is really a reality state. So dreams are not just dreams, especially if they deal with off-planet contact. Your dreams are the way that the space people sometimes like to contact you. And what you know as the dream state, they will contact you and actually communicate with you. So I'd love to hear more stories here. If you have 300 plus followers, you now can come on here live with your audio. So if you look at your followers and you have 300 plus, tell us what you want to talk about in relative to the subject matter here, dealing with spiritual UFO talk, your encounters, sightings. If you have over 300 people, they can note here and tell me in comments something about yourself, and we'll put you on here live on Encounters with my co-host James and with Grace. I know there's a lot of people here with stories. I actually sense it all the time. I might just pick somebody all together, and I'm going to bring on Dusty Mom, and Dusty Mom has got always something good to share cosmically with us. So Dusty Mom, welcome again to our show.
The Dust Bunny.
So I saw it again. but it was moving in the opposite direction.
Let people know what you saw, because a lot of people on here, some people will not know the story. So let's start from scratch. We have Dusty Mom here. She's had a visual encounter with a spaceship. So please tell people in here what that's about who don't know.
So yesterday I took my dog outside to use the bathroom, and I looked up, and I always look at the stars, but I was looking up and I saw something flash white, like a white light, and then it went out, and then it flashed again and went out, and it was moving from right to left. And so tonight I just went out, and from left to right I saw it flash once and then go out, and then I didn't see it again.
Really? You know,
So
it's
it did the
interesting.
same exact thing.
I took,
Go ahead.
yes, but moving the opposite direction tonight than it was yesterday.
It appears that, and what I'm going to try to get some information from my higher ups for you, that they're trying to make contact with you. Obviously, they wouldn't come back again. They want you to see them. Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
that is really interesting that they come back a second night in a row. And
Hey,
this was the
Dusty, I
other
got a
night.
weird question for you. This is going to sound weird, but just
Mm-hmm.
do you dance in your house? Are you a dancer?
No,
No.
no, very rarely, very
You
rarely.
got some dancers in the sky. That's what they're doing. They're trying to give you an entertainment show. They want you out there to watch them longer. Stay out there longer.
Yeah,
I think the
what they
message
want,
is you need to be
Yeah.
out there longer. I think
that's part of it.
I think that's the message. Don't do 15 minutes. Do
Yeah.
45 minutes if you can.
I would actually say this
I'll
too. This
have
is
to
very
wait till
important.
the kids go to bed.
Yeah. You know, what I'm getting is they want to make contact with you. And I think what they want to do is what I'm getting here is physical contact. They want to somehow, they can do it. I'm not sure how they would do it, but they are very advanced. They certainly are very, very positive, I would say. From what I'm getting, they are not negative, they're positive. I think they want to make eventual contact with you as a contactee. I'm going to use the word contactee versus an abduction experience. They want to make contact with you. And give me a moment. I'm asking, I'm connecting with my connections off planet with the Ashtar command for you. Kadar Monk is telling me if you allow yourself to have the time to watch them, go mental to mental communications, telepathy. He's saying communicate with them, mind to mind communications, and they will communicate with you. Tell them in the communication you want their craft to come closer, that you want their craft to come lower in the atmosphere, and they will do it. You can ask them without fear. There has to be no fear. I don't think you have any fear. On your part, there's no fear, correct?
No, I have excitement.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
excited.
ready
I
to dance.
want the
Yeah.
contact.
Let me,
Yeah,
Whoa!
maybe I
What
should
is
just go out there
that?
and start dancing.
Stop
you
everything.
know,
There's a dancing astronaut on my screen.
I never seen that before. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. But no, they want you have your energy. I read energy is very, very high vibrational. That's what they're looking at. They're also very high vibrational. And if you so choose, they will make contact with you. Now, I don't think they're going to make physical contact at first. I think they're trying to get you used to the fact that they're there. That's why they're coming back. They're coming back because you have a connection with them somehow. Somehow you are connected with them on some off-planetary way,
Yeah.
and yeah, you need to communicate with them. They want you to communicate with them. You're getting really strong now as I'm looking at you. You need to communicate with these people, these beings, these star people. You're very connected with them. Yes,
If you
yes.
go out there and
Well, do
dance
you
with them and
remember
they show up, you're gonna laugh.
What were you going to say, Dusty Momma?
Yeah.
I said if she goes outside and starts dancing with the ETs and they show up, she's gonna laugh to herself.
Yeah, probably.
They like that. They love
I will
music.
dance for
They
them
love
for sure.
barbecues. They love the happy part of the human existence, don't they, Commander?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a beautiful thing, and you're making me think about our event Saturday night. We're going to be outside live here on Encounters in Connecticut and an apple orchard, and we're going to get our group #C5 group. Grace is part of our group here on the live, and we're going to be vectoring in our star family to show their ships. So we probably will have anywhere from 15 or 20 people, and we're going to probably have people on TikTok in the region come down to Connecticut to join us. Even Zilla up in Maine, I think, might come down here, I believe. So it's going to be, and I think Zilla might also be an integral part of the C5, bringing in the positive beings that will show up over Connecticut that are showing up over Maine. So that might be interesting. In Connecticut and interested in joining, Stephen Borg.
Yeah.
Stephen, I'm going to follow you. Stephen, and also, Stephen, if you have any questions, we'll bring you on too at some point. So follow me back, send me a message, Stephen, and anyone in Connecticut interested, or Massachusetts or Rhode Island. But with Dusty Mom, her experience is now they're back a second time, and it definitely appears that there's a reason for it, which there certainly is, that they want to make real contact with her.
So, do you remember the first time I came on here, what I told you guys?
Repeat the story, because there's a lot of new people here, and they probably want to hear it. So go right ahead.
So, my 4-year-old randomly asked me, and he's never watched any kind of like abduction movies or anything. He came up to me and said, "Mom, did the aliens take you?" And I said,
Whoa.
"I don't know, did they?" And he said, "Yes, they did. They came in our room and they took you to their spaceship and they took you to the moon and then they brought you back so you could be with me."
Interesting.
And I asked him to explain what they look like, and he said that they were green and they were a little bit blue, but mostly green. Some were green, some were blue, and he said that they were like glowing, like they had light. They were glowing.
Yeah. Well, they're very high. They have very high frequency.
And I asked him, "You're just teasing me, right?" And he said, "No, I'm not teasing you." He got really upset that at first I was like questioning him, like I didn't believe him. He got legitimately upset.
Yeah.
And so then I took your advice and I telepathically communicated through meditation, and they told me, because I was asking them, "Who are you?" And they said that they're helpers.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm wondering if that's them trying to contact me.
It is. It's them. It's the same group. I'm going to tell you. Commander Kadar Monk is telling me on the ship, he's saying, yes, it's them. They are part of the galactic grouping within the Ashtar Galactic Command. They are very beautiful beings, and their radiance is very, very pure. When you meet them again, they are helpers, and they are here to help our planet. But you are very connected with them, and he's telling me, you are going to be taken on the ship again. You'll be taken on the ship again. Give me a moment. When this
Hopefully
happens,
I'll remember it this time.
James knows when I'm in this mode, there's information.
Yeah, it's Sunday
Manka
night,
says,
y'all. It's about to get lit in the commander's house.
Kadar Manka is saying specifically, he actually wants to speak. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to see if he just can give me the information. But ideally, he wants to speak. He's saying very strongly, it's coming very strongly. Good evenings. I am Kadar Manka of the Sanatorian Council, speaking for a moment. To all of you of planet Earth and to you, understand? Commander will be back in a moment in your time and space. The people, the beings you have experienced, they wish to connect with you in a way in which you will understand. Be still now. In the next few days or nights, mostly in the night, evening, they will come to you. When you see their ships, their vessels, understand they are waiting for you to invite them in. If you do choose to do this, they can appear instantaneously. They are very advanced, spiritually speaking. Do you understand?
Hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Good. Do not be confused by what you're experiencing, for it's time for you. It's time for you to experience this kind of contact.
Yes.
So be still. When I say be still, I speak of be at peace. Your vibrational pattern of energy in your body is at a level that is very, very high than most humans. I think you already understand what we are saying.
Yeah. Yes.
They will initiate contact with you within the next few days. To keep it pure, we will not say how that will happen uh, in terms of the logistics. The word logistics is an earth word, but in terms of how that will happen, you will know when the time is right, and they will know that you will meet them in person. You live in an area that's quite safe.
Mm-hmm.
You live in an area
Yes.
that's quite safe, correct?
Yes.
We know this. That's why they will come. There will be no interference by anything on earth. They've already come, as your son has stated. They are coming again. This time, in the awakened state, you will meet. That's all I wish to say at this time. I'm Kedar Monk of the Sagittarian Council, bidding you love and peace. Adonai.
Thank you. You're back.
Oh man, give me a second.
You better sip some of that cider there,
So
Commander.
That's
when
right.
I
Some
feel the energy from these beings, I do feel peace and love.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Man, Kedar Monka's energy is so strong with my body right now. I have to just readjust my energy here a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do feel like, so this is why I think they're working with me, is because I know that I have a purpose here. I'm not humanly aware of what that purpose is. My higher self might be aware, but I do have a purpose, and I know that they're assisting me with that purpose. But there's
Hmm.
like set things that I have to do,
Hmm.
if that
You know,
makes sense.
Dusty,
Like there's
you
certain
know,
things that
I
are
don't know
laid
if you
out.
heard Celeste. I don't know if you heard Celeste right before you, but she mentioned the same thing. She said she was trying to find purpose. And, here you are with the same message. And, maybe that's what we really need to drill into tonight, is that everyone needs to find their peace so they can find their purpose, because we're like your heart is in the right place to make contact. Your mind is in the right place. but there's something in there that's keeping them from making the full contact. And it's because we, at our human mind, when we don't know what our purpose is, it messes with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
It really gets
Yeah.
into us when we feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not connected to this world around me, but I am connected, but I'm disconnected. And what is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? I have to do this. I want to do this. I want to free everybody. And we're stuck in that. And we're not taking the steps to say, okay, what should I do? What are my gifts? Who are my contacts? And what's the next step?
Yeah.
So that's the human condition, honey.
So
Sorry, that's the human condition.
after I said that, it popped into my mind like the answer. And the answer is I'm here to help humanity and to be a beacon of love.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. That's it.
That's
Right
one
there.
of the life lessons I've struggled with, is that I love people more than they love me. And so
I think
I
that's all
think
of us.
that is what I meant here. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Even
the key thing.
more so, we love people more than we love ourselves sometimes, and I think that's
Yeah.
also a starseed type thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're just like Kadar Manka is like still with me here, but he's not trying to come back in. He's respecting me to say this, but you're definitely going to have contact physically with them. He's saying she's going to have contact, and I said, Kadar Manka, I understand that. You're going to have contact. It's going to be beautiful, and when it happens, I'm sure we're all going to want to know what happens. But I think they have a message for you. They're coming to help you with your mission work, and they're going to actually give you some information. You're going to go back on board that ship physically. So if we don't hear you for a day or two, your son will go with you. Kadar Manka says no one will be left out. Your son will go on the ship with you. He wants to go in the ship. I'm going to tell you right now, I think your son, I'm not even saying think, your son is ready to go on the ship when they come back. He is ready.
Yeah,
Do you
we were
know that?
outside, and after I saw the light, I started playing the CE5 tones, and he goes, "What is that?" And I said, "It's the." He doesn't understand, so I use the term alien sounds, and he goes, "Well, are they mean or are they nice?" And I said, "No, they're nice." And he said, "Well, are there mean ones?" And I said, "Not my friends." And he said, "The friends that took you on the ship?"
See,
And I
your
told him,
son,
"Yeah, the friends that took me on the ship."
yes, your son is going to go on that ship with you. I don't know how that's going to work. I can only give you the information, but they really want me to tell you that your son and yourself will be safely taken aboard the ship. I don't know how that will work.
For
I'm
anyone
just
else,
here being the messenger, and I'm giving you the message because I have to. I cannot sit here and not give you the message. I have to tell you, your son and yourself are going to go on that ship with those beings.
Mm,
And it's so strong.
I
I
can't
couldn't even
wait.
make this stuff up. I never can make this stuff up. I
I'd
don't
like
channel
to ask a
anything.
question, Commander. Can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Oh, yes, of
Um,
course.
Dusty Mom 3, can you tell me if your son, did you ask him if he was awake or sleeping when he had this, vision with seeing you go on the ship?
I asked him, and he couldn't give me a definitive answer. And I'm not sure if it's just because he doesn't understand himself, but I asked him if he saw it, and he said yes. And I said, were you, what did I ask him? I'm trying to use the right words. He told me he was sleeping and saw it, basically.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Wow.
how could you see it if you were sleeping? And he said, I don't know. I just did. And so I
man,
don't think he completely understands. So it was hard for him to answer some of the questions I was asking him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he was actually communicating, because a lot of times when we're in that sleep conscious state, that theta level, we can make communication. He obviously
Mm.
is. He's obviously guiding you.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he's
is.
definitely got ability.
Yeah, he's
Well,
guiding. He's definitely guiding you, no doubt.
yeah, Grace is right on the money on that. He is guiding you. He actually,
How old is he?
yeah, how old is your son?
He's 4,
He
isn't he?
is 4. He'll be 5 in
4
December.
years old. I didn't even know
Wow.
that. I was
Mhm.
thinking 4 years old.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's gonna have a very spiritual life,
Yeah, he is. Like I said, he's
He
going to
especially if
communicates
you're.
communicate
with
with you.
spirit. He does.
Good.
I had to banish a spirit from my house because I had a spirit follow me home, and then he showing himself to my son, and he scared him, and then he was actually verbally, trying to interact with him, like he was singing the TV song, and my son ran and told me, and then I was like, okay, that's it. You got to go, dude. You're scaring my kid, and I
Yeah.
don't like how you're interacting with him. So
So I
At
have a
I
least
gave
you
message.
him the
did
boot.
that. Good for you.
Yes, that's good. I have a message for you, for your son. So if you could,
Okay.
I don't know if you know, are aware of Archangel Michael or use Archangel Michael for protective purposes, but
Yes.
I would teach him about that. Teach him, just,
Okay.
don't get religious about it. Just talk about him as a protective being,
Mhm.
high energy, that's connected to the Christ consciousness. And that, he can surround himself, at nighttime before he goes to bed. You guys can say a little prayer,
Yeah.
or recite
Mhm.
something that is, invocation to Michael. Maybe get a little photograph of Archangel Michael to put in his bedroom. And then this way you're already,
That's a great idea.
teaching him about protection,
Yeah.
and, to protect his auric field.
Yeah.
And that, of course, will protect him from anything like that, any attachments or anything,
Yeah.
Yeah,
things,
that's a good message, Grace.
That's
That
a
really
Mm-hmm.
is.
great
I do
idea.
that with my children. We do verbal self-affirmation. So they have to say to themselves, I
Yeah.
am great, I will love everybody, I am independent. We have a whole thing that we go through. And now that
Mhm.
they're older, they're like, oh, all these kids around me are robots or zombies, and
Mhm.
their third eye is open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
my kids
there's
were
nothing wrong
receptive.
with raising your children like that, because we want them to be loving, accepting, and
Mhm.
open to everybody. So when they're in life and in situations, they attack adversity with love and not
Yeah.
hate. And that's what we're trying to do. Yeah. So
Yeah.
keep it up.
Yeah, and my kids are grown. My daughters are grown now, and when they were little, they were seers, and they had all types of experiences, and that I taught them about that very early in life, and it really served them well
Yeah.
throughout their lifetime, and still to this day. And then, of course, being the proud mama I am, I have seen my children help others
Yeah.
in trouble, and, guide them as well. So that was, this is just something I am being told to, or feel that you need to just work with, not only with him and your other children, if you have any other children, and then you as well yourself. And
Yeah.
then
And I
it's,
think, oh,
uh-huh.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing. I just want to mention, I'm not sure if you have the CE5 app from Dr. Stephen Greer, if you've downloaded it.
Yeah,
It's
she's got it.
it's probably a good
She
idea
has it.
to make yourself familiar with that. so that if you are doing contact, that you can do safe, peaceful contact.
Yeah.
And this way, just to kind of firm it, be a firm, it's like affirming that all is well, all is positive, and this is sometimes it can be frightening as a mom because kids are receptors. They really are, like down the rabbit hole was saying. That they are open channels. They are really open, and our world, our society, our unfortunately our civilization teaches them, man-made civilization teaches them to shut it down.
Yeah. Pretty
Schools
much.
shut them down,
Yeah.
and you will see as they get a bit older, they won't have those experiences unless you teach them that it's
Right.
okay.
Yeah. I encourage my children, and I don't make them feel different because of the way they are or the things that they can do. And I encourage them, and I'm really thankful that you told me to teach them how to protect themselves, because that's something that I need to continue learning and teach them as well. And then I'm also being told to say that I'm going to teach my son different vocabulary for the extraterrestrials.
Oh, beautiful.
Mhm.
That's going to be beautiful.
Instead of the A word, I'm going to teach them the other words, something else
Yeah.
that they can
You can
understand and
you can
Like
make up a
beings,
word,
that's more
a fun
suiting,
word.
absolutely, like beings,
right?
or
Like
stuff.
we used
Yeah.
to call him Alf. When I was young, my
Mhm.
mom called him Alf.
So,
Alf.
so there's a lot of things. Usually, I call my space brothers and sisters, space brothers and space sisters, star beings, light beings. Those are more apropos to the beings that you mentioned that were like blue and green. They're very spiritual, loving people, and they work in the galactic levels of what we call the Ashtar Command. It represents many spiritual worlds of light. So, yeah. You're definitely you and your son, your 4-year-old, your 4-year-old, I'm getting, is been contacted by them. And I'm just getting a little tiny bit of that. But I'm right now getting from what Kadar Manka said, the both of you are going on the ship. I don't know. I don't look at things in a time, like on Earth, everything's based on time. I don't know how that's going to work. They know. They're going to communicate. You communicate with them and you're going to make the agreements with them, with your son. And it's going to be a beautiful experience. You're going to be, what I'm being given, which is kind of interesting, you're going to be taking on a journey on the ship with your son. They're going to show you the universe. They're going to show you, and it's going to allow you to
I'm
remember where you
excited.
come from. Yes, you're going to be taken on a journey. And I don't usually say this on here, but I'm being given information that when they do make the contact, you'll be going on a ship that's very comfortable. I don't know what the inside of their ship looks like, but I know they use the word comfortable. And you will be in a safe space. You'll have no idea you're traveling in space. It'll be a very beautiful experience, and you'll be able to see many things. And you'll come back with a great deal of information downloaded that is for you when you have contact with them. That's what I'm being given. I'm getting information downloaded right now for you specifically, and that's what I'm being told to tell you.
Dusty, when he said the word comfortable, I felt like somebody gave me a hug. I felt like I was sitting in the back seat of a
Yeah.
1989 plush Lincoln Continental with the commander just giving a hug of love. That was real. That was some cool
I
energy.
saw white light. Yeah, when you said comfortable, I thought of like a white mist light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's all the information I have. That's plenty of information. I had no idea this was going to happen tonight.
And
So,
I want to note, I don't know if it's important, but we're going to note this in our mental notes that yesterday I saw it in the same vicinity that I did tonight, and it was near Vega. And then tonight I noted that it was between Vega and Hercules, the
What was
constellation.
that? Wait,
So
was it a
that's
star?
The ship.
okay. So what I
Oh, the
saw
ship.
was a
Okay, the ship
light.
was at Vega. Okay,
Yeah.
Good.
look in that
It was
direction.
okay. So
Okay.
in the sky, from my viewpoint, it was
Right.
between Vega and the constellation Hercules, right there in the middle. And this flash of light went like this, and then it went out, and it was gone. And it was brighter than the star Vega.
I'm gonna talk to my shaman guy and see who's over there in Vega that might resonate with you.
But
There's a
that
few of
ship,
them.
Right.
that ship that got brighter is also connected with the group of beings that visited you. They're connected somewhere. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
believe
what
so.
that means exactly. All I know is from the brief information I'm getting from just what you said, they are connected with you. I'm getting that ship was actually a fairly big size spaceship. I don't know exact sizes to be exact. I mean, to be correct here, but the reason why you saw the brilliance of the light, that ship was quite big. If I had to say something,
Yeah.
close to a mothership. That's what I'm getting.
Like a football field.
The fact that it was moving, it's not a planet because it's moving between different systems in space. It was an actual spaceship. If people heard what you said, it wasn't staying in
And
one place. It was moving, correct?
no.
It wasn't moving.
Okay, so it flashed. It was moving. It flashed on. It went, and then it flashed off. So
Right.
I
That
could.
was
It happened so quickly, like a camera flash. But while it was lit up, it was moving, and then it flashed out, and
yeah.
then there was nothing. And I
Yeah.
stood there and stared for like 5 more minutes and didn't see
Well, it
anything.
came from
And it
it came
wasn't
from
multiple colors. It was like a
that.
white flash.
Yeah. So basically, when it
Yeah.
got really bright and disappeared, it went into another frequency, another dimension. It's a multi-dimensional spaceship. Does that make sense to
Dusty,
you
let me.
when I say multi-dimensional?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you went
That does
out,
make
when you
sense.
saw it moving to the right, what time of night was that? Remember, you said you saw it moving to the right, and then
Yeah.
you just saw it tonight. So was it around the same times?
What time did I come on yesterday?
I
So
don't even
this
remember.
Oh, that would have
happened
been. It
around
was right
9
at the
p.m.
beginning of the
tonight.
show.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was after
yesterday it was the
11 or
beginning of
something.
the
Yeah.
show yesterday.
Yeah. 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think it
So around
was.
8. So
Yeah.
like an hour difference. And then yesterday it was moving to the right, and tonight it moved to the left.
Yeah. Yep. It's
You
definitely a
know what? You're
mothership.
gonna
And
have to go
yesterday
take
it
the
flashed
show
white,
outside.
And what happened, Dusty?
right? So yesterday it flashed, went out, and tonight it went this way and just flashed and went out. Almost like you said, like it was jumping through
Yeah.
like
It's jumping through dimensions.
time.
If
I don't know.
you can communicate
Dimensions,
with the
yeah.
beings. You can communicate with them on that ship. Just use your telepathy and say, "Come closer."
Mhm.
When they physically show themselves the ship,
Mm.
you have now the ability to communicate with them directly. So utilize the telepathy within your
Yeah.
consciousness to communicate with them, and you will actually, you can actually invite them to come closer. They're way out there, but they can come very in like a nanosecond. They can be right in front of your visual perception, much closer than they are in that area of the space that they're in. Does that
And
make
you're gonna
sense?
Yeah,
see
I
them
did
dancing.
telepathically let them know that I saw them.
Yes.
So I don't know. I didn't think to say, hey, come closer, but I was like, I saw that. And I even waved at the sky, like, hey, I saw you.
Yeah. No, you can communicate with them. Conscious to conscious communication is the key. That's how they work. They operate in conscious to conscious communications. If you use telepathy, they will understand everything you say. Everything.
Oh, Epsilon said something interesting. Oh,
The
Heather, I will tell them
euphorions.
about you.
The euphorions are telepathic and telekinetic humanoids from planet Euphorix in the Vega system. Well, somebody was happy when they were naming those guys.
Yeah. So, but the key thing is you're the one that's going to be having the experience, and you're the one, no matter what any of us, share, must, my direct contact, you're definitely, he keeps saying to me, she's going to have this experience. They are trying to connect with her. That's why you saw that bright flash of light. That was a mothership. The beings that you met come from another dimension. The blue green beings. I'm going to say, and I'm getting information on the height of these beings, and I could be completely off here. I'm getting that they were actually a little bit tall. I've seen they were slender, and they were probably about 6 feet, 7. Am
That's what my
I?
son said, that they were tall.
Yeah, they were 6 to
And
7 feet tall. Yes, that's what I'm
yeah.
getting. I got an
And he
image
said
of
they
them.
lifted me up. Yeah, he said they lifted me up and they took me.
Like
Yes.
physically lifted you? Like they were carrying you,
That's
or they
what the way he
levitated you?
described it, like so the way he described it was like they physically took me, but they could have been levitating me and him just thinking that it was them
Let
picking
me
me up.
Right.
let me explain
But
that.
basically I was
So
like asleep.
yeah, you were actually levitated. You were actually taken through, to say a beam. There's you were taken into a round like beam. It's not a beam. Device from their ship levitated all of them, including you, up into their ship. You were levitated, very,
Yeah.
very
Oh.
calmly levitated into the
Into
spaceship.
And he
That,
was not afraid. He said he wasn't scared because I asked him, "Were you scared?" And he said, "No, like it was no big deal."
no, he's not. He's not scared. He saw them. He knows that they're beautiful people. He's fully awakened. That 4-year-old. He is. He is not afraid. Well, speaking of which, man, I can go on all night. We're almost at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep Dusty Mom. We're gonna have you on more often than you know, because I know you're gonna have more experiences with this,
Yeah, make
and
sure you
that's
got
really
that camera
important.
ready.
And the camera too,
Phew, the
videotape.
pressure's on and the pressure's on.
It's all good. It's all good pressure, coming from me. I'm just excited for you. I'm excited for your 4-year-old. I can't wait till you get some video footage. Tell
Mm.
them when you speak to them, telepathically say you would like to videotape this and document their ship if they'll so let you. And they probably will. And you'll be able to
That's a
videotape it.
good idea.
Yeah,
Yes, tell them you
videotape.
want
I will
disclosure.
I will do my best with the equipment I have
You'll
and
be
see
fine.
what
No
I can
pressure.
capture.
The
No
only
pressure on you
equipment you
whatsoever.
need is you and your love and light.
Right.
They'll make themselves
Yeah.
seen.
Excited.
And before we end our show, I want people to show their support for what we're doing here, the mission work with people. And please show your support. Go to CmdrAleon 2022 to my Venmo. I want to do a non-commercial promotional thing. My Venmo is right on my CmdrAleon 2022. If you look up on the round thing, it looks like a blue, like a beautiful blue. It says CmdRAL. Press that. My link is there on my main page, and please support us through a Venmo. Also, your gifting is important, folks. I can't express it highly enough. Let us all gift now. I want to see some gifting here. It could be galaxies, floating lights, whatever it might be. Please show your support for the show, for the work we're doing with gifts right now. And you can do that with your TikTok coins. So utilize those TikTok coins for the show. We want to thank Dusty Mom, who's with us. She has a real ongoing situation that's positive. We love her and her 4-year-old. She's just a beautiful light, and I just think it's important. this is what this show's about. This is about community. It's about sharing. It's about your encounters. And this is as real as it gets. She's going to have an even more beautiful experience whenever they decide to take her on the ship with her son. She's going to have a beautiful journey. And keep a journal, Dusty, when you come back from your journey. Keep a journal of those
Okay.
experiences.
Mhm.
That's important for you, and it's important for your son as well.
And for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We
for us,
want to
yeah,
be
for all
part
of
of
us,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Right?
of it. Yeah, so we're all in this
There's
together.
so many loving people that want to hear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. So thank you for being on the show. And whenever you need to come on here, you are automatically, we'll put you on live. And yeah, we thank you so much. I can't tell you in words how appreciative we are of you being here. So thank you.
Well, I want to thank all of you because without all of you, I'd still be like, oh, I saw something flash in the sky,
Yeah, you know,
not really know what it could
I'm
be.
having these
And
crazy
I'm really
dreams.
well, now you have a
really
community and you have
thankful to have
somebody.
a supportive.
Well, I'm a contactee from the 60s, so I'm not just somebody trying to do a talk show because the subject's popular. I've had my own experiences, so I can relate to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between me and 10,000 other people getting on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, YouTube, thinking they're going to, do a UFO talk show. I do it because I have the knowledge and the understanding. And plus, being from Mars, I have an off-planet consciousness. And I also make contact with Kadar Maka, which you just heard. He can come in at any point, and it has to be an agreement, but I let him come in because it was really important for him to speak to you. And I'm hoping he's helped you a little bit when he came in before.
Yes, I really, really enjoyed the knowledge he shared with me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember anything he said myself, but I that's what happens. I go out of the picture, he comes in, I don't remember anything, but I'll hear it back on the
Everybody, we need
Well,
to
you'll have to
give a round
rewatch
of
it.
applause to Kadar Manka for
replay.
blessing us
Yes.
with his presence tonight. We
And
gotta
he's saying thank
put
you.
the love out there. Keep
And he's saying thank
communicating.
you. He's saying thank you. So
He
Dusty, thank you.
provided me with some really good
Good.
information.
Oh, thank you. Because I don't remember anything. So I thank you. I'll have to listen to my own show in order to hear it. So thank you. And everybody else, it's almost 1:00. We'll make it the end of the night show. And thank you everyone for your gifts. Any last minute gifts, we appreciate them before we go off the air. Throw the gifts right now. Gift our show. Go to my Venmo account. It's my Cash App is Venmo. So you can find it right on my main page. There's a link there. Do some Venmo gifting. It can be $5, $10, or $15. We appreciate it. Become a subscriber. We have 36 of 100. If your subscription runs out, resubscribe when you can. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Dusty Mom. Thank you, Grace. And we're going to talk more about the C5 event tomorrow night, coming up Saturday night in Connecticut. We'll give more information when I put this thing together tomorrow. All right. Take care, everybody. I'm feeling
Fabulous.
like
Thank you,
I'm feeling
Commander.
like
Bye, James.
I'm feeling like
Good
this breeze
night.
coming through.
Good
Good
I feel
night.
night.
like
Good
a
night
breeze,
to you,
Night.
but
my
I'm going to go off
friend.
now. So.
Good night. I love you. Peace and love.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
And I just want to say one last thing. I'm feeling this breeze now coming through.
Shut up, Commander. I'm feeling it too. Shut up. I just felt a cool breeze just
There's
come
a
through my
breeze coming through.
back here.
There's a breeze
Holy
coming through.
crap.
Well, I'm feeling a
Yes.
breeze around my body. There's a breeze coming through. I was going to sign off, and I am, but I have to tell you that I'm getting like
Oh,
a coolness, a cool breeze.
I
I
actually
feel it
look,
all
feel
I'm
around me.
that
crying.
too. I
Oh,
can feel that
I got a
too.
cool
I'm
breeze around me.
crying.
Yeah, I
I'm
can feel
crying
that
because I'm
too.
Something's
feeling the
happening.
same thing. As soon as I put this thing up, it started to the cool air
Oh,
just came straight
okay.
through.
Is anyone else feeling a breeze? Lee says, me too.
Yeah, I feel it. I can feel it over
I'm
here.
sweating.
Woo,
I'm
let's
sweating,
wind it
so
up.
I don't
Let's
know. I
wind it
just
up.
cracked my window.
Killer Kelsey says, me too. This is
Wow.
We got
unbelievable.
a couple of people in the chat saying me too.
Yeah, it's a
Cool
cold breeze. It's
breeze.
like a breeze, like a subtle breeze.
That right there is like
I can't make
amazing.
this
What
up.
is it? Is there a message? Do we all have to go outside? Hold on. Now you got me wanting to go outside.
I'm feeling this breeze.
Look
We're
to
It's very,
going.
Veda.
very subtle.
Somebody said they're eating pudding sitting up in bed. Oh, Killa Kelsey.
Well, all I know is when you go to sleep time, do people feeling the breeze? Go into meditation and ask, what is the breeze? I'm going to do that before I go to sleep. But
Yeah.
I'm feeling this beautiful, cool breeze. It feels like a very cool breeze. I can't explain it. This happened to us on one of my other shows.
I can
If
actually
anyone
feel that
remembers.
too.
Yeah,
That's a healing.
there's something going on. Well, anyway, I'm signing
My
off.
brothers, if you are out there, come and show yourselves.
Oh, you're outside.
Come
Oh,
out
goodness.
there. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I said we got to walk the walk, folks. When we have a feeling like that, you can't just sit
Absolutely.
inside on your butt and not go outside and see what's going to happen.
I know I'm going outside as well. I'm gonna go out
You
on the
got to take it
streets.
seriously.
I can't wait to
You
get.
got to live
I
that
have.
I'm
life.
gonna put my kids.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Okay,
get on here
Shell has
live.
asked me, why did I feel the breeze? When the last time I felt the breeze, it's because something cosmic, something very cosmic and spiritual. The last time I felt the breeze, I felt like the space people were with me. So when I felt the breeze, I think it's connected to the space beings. That's what, to answer
Hold
your
on.
question, to be exact.
Anything,
Hold
James?
on. Oh, yeah, I'm going to hold on. I'm turning off all the lighting out here so I can get it as dark as possible.
We have some clouds this way.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut down for the night, folks. Thank you for being here.
Good night.
And I didn't expect the breeze thing to happen, but yeah.
I love it.
Shell says I
Thank
saw
you.
Starling tonight.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. All right, I'm
All right.
signing off. Good night.
Good night, Grace. Good night, Dusty Mom. We'll be in touch. And Grace will be definitely in. This is CmdrAleon. Thank you, everybody. Please, if any of you still have TikTok coins, go to my Venmo, which is unrelated to TikTok coins. Go to my app, my Cash App Venmo, and make a donation there, whatever you wish to do. Zilla, thank you for the heart, the finger heart. Any other last minute gifts are welcome. Jot Till, thank you for the tiny Dini. Thank you for that's beautiful. Any other last minute gifts or people going to Venmo? If you have Venmo as an app on your phone, please go on Venmo and please make a donation there. Thank you, Killa Kelsley for the rose. Handheart Ja, thank you for that. Any other last minute gifts, please do those now before we sign off. And we'll be live again tomorrow night with more great interviews. And we love you all for watching our TV broadcast. And we'll have more on our C5 being developed on Facebook and events and here on TikTok. Take care, everybody. Be well.